Stiffemidi-Knopf, Stiffemidi-Knopf. Genau, genau, genau. Stiffemidi-Knopf, Stiffemidi-Knopf, Stiffemidi-Knopf.
What's up? Today we're going to show you how to replace the screen on an iPhone 6 Plus. You're going to start by powering down your device, like so. Most of the time you can still slide the screen when it cracks. Sometimes you can't, and then just let it go to sleep and replace the screen. But if you can, power it off. We're going to start with 2 screws in the bottom panel lobe, just like the previous iPhones, and then I'm going to use a suction cup, which not everybody's going to be able to use. If your screen is severely cracked, what you can try to do is put a piece of packing tape over the glass, but see, this one is not cracked, so for me the suction cup will go on nicely and all that fun stuff. But if you have a bunch of cracks, you might just have to pry from the beginning. Put it down below here, make sure it's on there. When you pull it, right here at the bottom, you get a little crack. Get my little do that tool. Don't stick it in there too deep. Uppa. Uppa. There we go. Switch to my little plastic or vinyl or whatever it is. Something that's not going to scratch. Just gently pry up on it. Like so. It's one side loose. It's just being held in place by some clips. There's no cables here at the bottom. Just, in my opinion, an improvement over the last model. There it is. It just folds up like that. Bam. Now we got 5 screws, Phillips head screws, right here. That one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Not that one. When you take these screws out, lay them out in the same pattern you take them out, and then put the little plate in the middle so you know exactly what goes where. Don't bump your table, because, well, that messes it up. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, now we're going to undo 4 plugs here. If you use something metal, like I like to use tweezers, but be very careful. You don't want to scrape whatever's underneath this piece of tape right here. Little resistors and stuff. It's easy to wipe some of them out. 2, and then 1 on the side here, 3, and 4. There we go. That's it. Okay, for right now, the body of the phone, put it to the side. We don't quite need that right now. Let's move on with the screen. Okay, let's start at the bottom here. We're going to remove 3 screws here. And again, just like the plate that covers the plugs, lay them out in the pattern you take them out in, and then put the little plate with it so you know exactly where everything goes. That just makes life easy. This plate just comes off, and then underneath that little plate right here you got the button. You got the little plug that's for the home button. Be gentle with it. There you go. That's that. Now you should be able to, well, you want to take the button. You can heat it up a little bit if you feel like you have to with this little rubber gasket. It comes off like that. Now don't get it like this and pull it. It's glued down here. You got to be gentle with it because you want to reuse it. Gently. Look at that. Home button. Okay. That's it for the bottom so far. And we're going to do 3 screws on this side. 3 screws on this side. Okay, that's it for the sides. Now we move up top here. We got 4 little screws. 3 of them hold down the little cover from the for the air speaker and the front-facing camera and all that fun stuff. Let's start by removing this little cover. There we go. Comes up like that and like that. Let's see if we can get this to come up. Be gentle with this stuff. There's going to be a proximity sensor and a little microphone, like for the noise cancelling stuff, and it's going to be glued down. Let me get my big head in there for a minute because I gotta see what I'm. Interesting. Let's see. Sorry. Okay. It just popped out. It was just glued on. This is going to be your proximity sensor, and then right here we got the underneath is the little Guess it's the noise cancelling microphone. Which I'm assuming is just glued in, but we're going to pry on it a little bit here and see what happens. Yeah, it's glued. There we go. I want that to stay. I want that to stay. That's it. You're going to want to take this piece and you're going to have to reuse it. Now, if you look on the original screen, let me stand up here and see if I can give it a little close-up. It's a little metal ring that's glued in. This ring that holds the camera in place, and then this white little piece covering a little hole. What you want to do if you get a replacement screen is you want to take these off, because most of the time the replacement screens don't come with that stuff. So you want to gently take them out, just pry them up gently and put them in your new screen, because it holds everything in place nicely, so you know. Yeah, camera ring, proximity sensor, and I'm going to say it's a light sensor. I'm not quite sure, but I always make sure to take them out, put them in a new frame. Okay, now let's move on. I'm going to go back to that fourth screw right there. That fourth screw is the last screw on the cover plate. There we go. Okay, now the cover plate starts from the top, and then right here at the bottom, this is the cable that connects the home button. It's like your little fingerprint sensor thingy and home button. And it runs the back of this plate, and it's glued down here. And I opened up this phone once before. There was the first phone this is the first 6 Plus I've seen, and I noticed that this was glued in really hard, really tight, and you don't want to just pry on it and rip the connector, then you have to buy another part. So be really gentle when you try to undo it. Mine should come easy, and like I said, that's because I took it off once before. Heat it up a little bit, hair dryer, heat gun on low, I'd say. And there it goes. Still a little metal plate. There's this little metal plate underneath you want to take. There we go. That'll do. Okay, let's see if I can give you a little close-up of that. There it is, yeah. See, it's a little metal plate on that little... It's hard to see, but just be really careful with it. You want to take that metal piece out too. Don't break it off. I mean, you can buy it, but then you got to peel this up. It's a pain in the ass. A pain in the behind. Sorry for my language. Okay, there we go. Okay, and that's pretty much the screen. Now, you pretty much buy this. And like I said, you gotta, this is LCD digitizer and glass and a frame. In my opinion, this is the way to replace them and not just do the glass. Somebody's probably going to leave a nasty comment about that, but you know, whatever you like. I like this. Like I said, remove these 3 pieces: the camera ring, the proximity sensor piece, and the little white piece. The white piece is just a little sticker. Put those on your new screen, and then we're going to reassemble. And when we reassemble, we're going to start with the back plate. This goes on top, so you slide it under, and then this cable goes in between these. There you go, and it falls right in place. Maybe on your replacement screen, these edges are not going to be super straight, so you have to bend them out a little bit for it to fall into place like that. But you made it this far, you'll figure that one out, you know. There we go. Put that back in place. Okay, let's start with these. Start with this one, goes back, and then these 6 little screws on the side. There we go. That's 6. Now we're gonna put the top back together. So we're gonna get that little cable, and we're gonna start by putting that microphone in place, and it's fairly easy. There's a little hole at the top of it, and there's a little nubby there, so that's how it's gonna line up. Right there. And for me, this is gonna be fairly easy because mine is original. When you're doing it, your camera ring is flopping around a little bit. Just be gentle, don't push it too hard, because this stuff is easy to break. For me, like I said, stop, falls right back in place. Proximity sensor, light sensor. There we go. It needs to just be, let's see if we can do another close up there. That needs to be nice and flat. Okay. There we go. Now we grab that speaker. Has a little tit on the back that goes in that little rubber hole. So that aligns it up nicely. You can feel that it's in the right spot when it can't move. This one just folds over like that. The camera goes in that hole. Beautiful. Cover goes on. Okay, something is not lining up perfect here, so let's redo that part. There we go. Now that's lining up perfect. It's all fairly tight fitting. There we go. There we go, everything in place. Now you grab the 3 screws from the cover. One, 2, 3. Very nice, very nice. Okay, now bottom, home button. We'll line up the 2 holes in the little that are in that little flex cable with the 2 little nubbies there. Then you know it's right. Oh. Straighten it out a little bit. Okay, don't forget to plug it in. Sometimes in my excitement of trying to get a phone back together, I forget stupid little stuff like that, and then you put it all back together and oh, it's not working. What happened? You weren't paying attention. That's what happened. Okay, like this. Three screws back into place. 2 of them actually hold that cover. One of them is just a it's just that plate, which it's all right. There we go, and then it's number 3. Beautiful. Once I get this, I'd like to check if I put the button in straight. See, it clicks. That's good. Sometimes it's off a little bit and it kind of gets caught in the little hole and then it won't click, and again, that's something you don't want to find out once you put it back together. Okay, we're going to grab the body of the phone again. There it is. And we're going to plug in 4 cables. Bottom, the big one first. And be gentle with these plugs. They are very thin, and especially like this bottom one is fairly large. Shouldn't have to push on it too hard, but you should feel it click in. It's just something you gotta, don't just start jamming on it, because you can bend like the side here of one of those plugs easy. You know, you don't want to deal with that, so just be gentle with it. Don't push it too hard. That clicked in nicely. Plug number 3 and the home button. Click. Love it. Okay, now we're going to grab that little cover plate. There we go. In the background you can hear my 3-year-old son who refuses to go to bed. So I'm going to have to finish this up quickly so I can put him down. There we go. Three. 4. And then make sure it's like it kind of grabs at the top with some some little like hooks that are in the frame. So make sure that it's nice and tight at the top, like right there. Gently lay it down. Like so. Feels a little bit weird to squeeze it, but you can squeeze it a little bit. There you go. Let's see if she still powers on, which I know she will, because it's not rocket science, you know. I can do it. You can do it. Let me put it that way. So let's not forget those 2 penelope screws at the bottom. There she is. Let me see if it still works perfect. Oh, it's going to set the language first. Something I don't speak. Awesome. The beauty is, if I turn it off, it's going to want to set up again, and I can change it back to English. Hey, thank you guys very much for watching. If you like my channel, please subscribe. I try to post more videos I try to keep up with the phones, new phones, fun stuff like that. Any questions, please feel free to comment. Yeah, thank you for watching, and until the next one.